say connected.
Nah. See, it's upside down. So when you get it in, when you get it in there, it's gonna happen.
Salakia, I'm just trying to get this camera straight. Yeah.
You gotta treat it like a woman, huh?
Harsh and aggressive. Oh.
Into the fitting.
Down far enough. See?
Move the stem. Don't move the phone.
The stem
Touch
don't
the
move.
stem. Touch the stem. Move the stem.
It don't move, bro. I'm gonna break it.
Nah, the stem instead of the phone. Because if it's already secured,
break.
Don't worry about the phone. Just bend the stem.
They ain't doing it for me, huh?
Okay. I'll set it up.
Hello, yeah. All right, Salakia for that. You know, just trying to get the camera right. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson's F-on. So, all right, first and foremost, we are the Hebrew Israelites coming in week in, week out. Prophesy the downfall of America, known as Babylon according to the scriptures. All right, we come to tell the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics that they're the children of Israel. All right, so through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we hope this lesson is edifying. First and foremost, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, God and Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy.
Is it called ended?
Yeah, but that's through. I knew we should have recorded it. Someone told me that's through if it ain't recording.
It's live now.
Okay, because I plugged it up, maybe. Hey, Lord willing, hey, Salakia, I hope y'all got I don't know how much of that it missed. It's been rolling on our side. Hey, Shalom, Adawan. We just went through a lot. Hey, but let's keep rolling in the spirit. You know, we went into Gar, meaning stranger. We went into Garsham. We went into the blood, him that grabbed the Zechariah 8:23, him that grabbed the skirt of a Jew. All right, it's really, and you read Matthew 9:20, 9-19 on down, the woman that grabbed the skirt of Yahweh Shai. You know, just giving y'all a breakdown of some of the things that we touched. The brother just read Revelation, the 7th chapter and the 9th verse, talking about kindred and how that really goes into the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, basically, and we read 1 Corinthians 12:2. Now you were Gentiles, Ephesians 2:12. All right, just basically breaking down the fact that the strangers are really Israelites. Okay, so Lord willing, we can kind of pick back up. Salakia, I can always trying to mess up some when edification coming out. But when the brother just read, right, and so he got a scripture.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 3. And Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation, into the congregation of the Lord forever.
Right. So if this is about strangers, Moabite, Ammonite just got cut off. What happened to them then? You know. So hey, this lets you know that another nation cannot enter into the congregation. Read that one more time, Bob.
Deuteronomy 23 and 3. And Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever.
Forever, man. All right, the 10th generation means it's a number of completion, man. Forever, man. So they can't come into this thing no matter what they do, man. All right, even when you read Hebrews, the 12th chapter, and it talks about Esau, man. It says he cried in tears for repentance, and he ain't getting it, man. So if this was the case, that all Israelite, that the other nations to come in, why would the Old Testament and in the New Testament, man? Which lets you know that those strangers were always referring to Israelites, man. We went into the word Gentile. We can still get that Leviticus though. And Ba'ar, can you give me Numbers 9 and 14? Leviticus 25 and 35. And Jake, can you give me Nehemiah 13 and 1? Okay, go ahead. Numbers 9 and 14.
All right, it's Leviticus 25 and 35. And if thy brother be waxing poor and fallen in decay, that he may live with thee.
See that? Why would he call your brother a stranger or a sojourner, man? Okay? This is letting you know that our brothers are people that may have been following the ways of other gods or gone into other lands. Who was reading that Exodus 12? Who was that reading that? You? Yeah, go back to Exodus 12 because it's a verse in there, the next verse that you stopped at, that I wanted to get that. Because, you have Israelite foreigners by doctrine, but you have Israelite foreigners that might not have been inhabited in the land at the time. 12 and 49 is the one I wanted you to get.
All right, it's Exodus 12 and verse 49. One law shall be to him that his homeborn, and unto the stranger thou sojourneth among you.
See that? So it says to the homeborn. So you have Israelites that are homeborn, and you have Israelites that were scattered abroad, man, that were in different places. But nonetheless, they're still Israelites. Read the next verse.
Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Right.
So of the Israelites, the sojourners, it says, if you're a true heathen, you couldn't partake in the Passover. All right. But if you were homeborn or you were born abroad, okay, in the ancient times, they had a lot of things where you would have to, really in the book of Nehemiah and Ezra, you would have to state your nationality. You have to be written on scrolls. All right. But they were saying if you weren't written on scrolls, there would be certain ways to find out how, if you are of the stock of Israel. But now we're able to gauge this thing through the Spirit. All right. We're able to use the Spirit to determine your nationality. Now, the words that are written in this Bible, we can determine what type of spirit that is upon you. If you're an Israelite, of course we run into wicked Israelite, but we still able to discern if that's a 2/3 or if it's a tear. We can pick up on those things through the Spirit, man. Okay. What did you have?
Nehemiah.
Yeah, get yours real quick.
It's Nehemiah 13 and 1. On that day, they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and Moabite should not come into the congregation of the Most High Yahweh forever.
See that? So they, once again, this is confirmed through the scriptures that they know can't enter. The Ammonites can't enter. The Edomites can't enter. The Ishmaelites can't enter. They can't enter into the thing, man. So when you read Isaiah 14 and 1, that is not referring to the other nations. Those are talking about the strangers that are scattered abroad, the strangers that were following false doctrines. All right, the people of Israel who didn't know that they were Israelites and had to find out who they are, and the people that were serving idol gods. Okay, there's a scripture came to mind, but go ahead, read yours real quick, Ba'ar Baba Kashah.
This is Numbers 9 verse 14, and it says, "And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto the Lord, according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. Ye shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger that was born in the land."
See that? So he said, so we know for him that's born in the land. This isn't talking about you think we about to go into a Passover and got a Moabite up in there kicking it with us, man? All right, well, this might be it. This is gonna go right on point. Yep.
It's 1 Corinthians 11 and 24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, "Take, eat, this is my body, which is for you. This do in remembrance of me."
Yep. So that's just like the Passover. When the Passover and when you just chilling in your house. The other night I had some wine, man. Had some wine, broke me off a piece of bread, drank me some little yayan. Hey, so I said, "Hey, the water your house shot for yourself here, brother."
After the same manner, also he took the cup when he had, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye, as often as ye drink it, in remembrance of me.
That's right. As often as you do it, you remember. We do it in remembrance. So, you know, in church, they'll have you do communion like once a month. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you're doing. But hey, the Lord said, whenever if you drink bread and drink that wine and eat that bread, you thank Yahweh Shah for his sacrifice that he did for us, man. Okay, but go ahead, because you're about to get to the point soon.
Verse 26. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. That's
right. So that's the point. Hey, if you drinking of this thing unworthily, man. All right. And many men are drinking of this unworthily. But you think damn Ammonite gonna come up and drink of the wine, man? All right. Well, he out of there, man. He not worthy of drinking the cup of the Messiah, man, who died for the children of Israel. Okay. So you got to understand that when those strangers that were around during the times of the Passover and strangers that are around now, hey, like I said, we were all strangers, man. We were all strangers. But now through the glory and the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, we are brought back into this thing, man. And that's what we got to understand. Somebody can get Lamentations 5 if don't nobody got nothing. And Jeremiah 13-27 too.
5 and 2?
Yeah, Bob Kushah.
I just started to talk. Lamentations 5 and 1. Remember, O Yahweh Shem Shai, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
Right. And so first off, you know, when you read Lamentations, the book of Lamentations follows the book of Jeremiah. Because this was Jeremiah was moaning for the things that were happening unto the land of Jerusalem and to our people. Okay, he says our inheritance is turned to strangers. So this is a complete different type of stranger. 5th chapter for stranger. But go ahead, brother.
Lamentations 5 and 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our houses to aliens.
Right, our houses to aliens. So these strangers are not Israelite foreigners. These are heathen. Okay, these are a different type of people. These are not the ones who are coming who can inherit the commonwealth, who can inherit the promises that were given to the Israelites. Okay, these are not the strangers that can return back into Yahweh Shem Shai. Because even when you read Isaiah, descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. And the easier you understand that, the easier you can understand Isaiah 14 and 1. And we're going to go back to that in a moment too. I don't know if they use the same word there. Do they use the same word there? Okay, that's a different word. So in the Hebrew, it's zawar. Go ahead and read that. So a gar, all right, meaning an Israelite foreigner. All right, for a heathen stranger is zawar. Go ahead, brother.
It reads, to be strange, to be stranger, to become estranged, strange, another stranger, foreigner, an enemy.
An enemy. An enemy. You see that? It didn't say that when we read Gar. Okay, these are enemies. The strangers that's mentioned in Lamentations, the 5th chapter, is our enemies, the heathen, man. Go ahead, brother. Is there more on that?
Loathsome, strange woman, prostitute, harlot.
It said what it say after loathsome, brother?
Loathsome of breath.
Loathsome of breath. All right. So when you read, they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai because they are enemies. They are enemies of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, they're enemies to the Commonwealth of Israel. All right, and you know you get when you sin. Okay.
I got a precept for verse 2.
Let me take.
This is Micah 2 and 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and even a man and his inheritance. You know, and that word oppresses, it says deceitfully gotten. You know, and that's Amalek. You know, they deceitfully got our heritage. You know, claiming themselves to be the Jews, claiming themselves to be in our homeland. You know, and it says in Lamentations, our heritage is turned to strangers. And that word strangers, we just read it, said enemies. And Amalek is our enemies.
That's right. Did the scripture say never trust thine enemy? All right, but the Lord, what the Lord says, the 2 commandments that hang above all the rest in thy soul. All right, so was he talking about the enemy? No, because the Lord, and somebody can give me that in Corinthians, the Lord is not an author of confusion. I believe it's 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, and like 33, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so hey, you know, so Yahweh Shem Yahushua, this is why people in the churches or people in the world are saying the Bible contradicts itself. Where?
At a surface level, then it can contradict. We gotta dig deep.
Yep. This thing is deeper than the pages, man. All right, you got to dig in this thing. That's why he says we seeking after this word. When you seeking the Lord, you got to dig deep, man. The Lord ain't no surface level, man. All right, you got to dig deep for this treasure. Whatever treasure you know just gonna be sitting, you walking on the block and it's a thing of treasure. Nah, you people usually have to dig for them treasures, or go deep in the caves, go on some type of excavation. You got to dig for this treasure, man. And that's
diligently seek him.
That's right, man. You know, and it says those that seek him, all of these things shall be added unto you, man. But see, these people, these other camps, they're surface. They don't go into these words. They don't understand this Bible. They take it for what serves Jesus Christ and they run with it. Name of the Lord, man. Okay? Con out.
You know, and this is why this scripture is written. You know, the Lord is not author of confusion because you know he knows. You know, it's not. You know, it's not surface level. You got to dig deep in his parables, dark sayings.
That's it.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter verse 33.
Actually, start at 30.
Are subject to the prophets.
Hey, the spirit of prophets subject to the prophets, man. So we are able to understand and break down this thing. Lord willing, we be at that number, man. But we're able to break this thing down. Those same spirits that were of old, telling the people the way to get right, and telling people like knowing who the stranger. So far, you got groups saying, "Oh, Israelites is black only." Man, you carnal ass niggas. The Lord's gonna put you to death for that, man. All right, you can't be on that. You can't look on a man for his outer appearance.
The pretty much the New Testament, it doesn't apply.
Right.
You know, if you just say black to other nations, we're dwelling amongst the cities of Rome and all the other nations. Like they're not going to look like so-called black people.
All of them books they went into, a lot of the Corinthians, Galatians, all of those are places and people. Those are Israelites, man. You think they all? They don't think they all look like Baal? Nah, man. Come on, man. You gotta get out of here. You can't be like that. That's carnal minded, man. All right. But you can continue.
1 Corinthians 14 and 33, for the Most High, Yahweh, is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
That's right. Hey, the Lord is not an author of confusion, but of peace, man. All right. This makes so much sense to us, you know? When the Lord said we were scattered, that we would follow idol gods, we turn. All right. And that's the thing. When you see Judgment Day and Yahweh Shai is coming and he's delivering up the elect, hey, you're going to see guys that's going up that look like Edomites. Right. You know, and all you other counts could be like, hold up, how that dude getting beamed up? Hey, man, because he believed and he was an Israelite, man. You damn niggas, man. Y'all got nigga mentalities, man. Okay?
And we really could have ended it right off with Ephesians 2 and 12.
That's it. It only take, you know, we break this thing down because they saying 5-year-old can understand. But that one verse, it's so many one verses just nip it in the bud for you, man. But it's all for edification because we gotta beat it into your brain, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta overprove it to you, you know? But go ahead, read yours.
God, this Jeremiah 13 and 27. I have seen thy adulteries and thy lyings, the lewdness of thy whoredom, and thy abominations on the hills and the fields. Woe unto thee, O Jerusalem! Wilt thou not be made clean? When shall it once be?
See that? When shall it once be? Because that's the main reason we were strangers, man. We were following all those idol gods. We were doing everything we weren't supposed to do. He's like, when will it once be? When are we going to return to the way we were before? The Lord always says, hey, return, Shawab. He said, return, Israel, Shawab, Yasha'Allah. Okay, but only the elect are going to be the ones to actually prove this to be true, man. But everybody else is going to fail that call. Everybody else is going to fail. Ultimately, if you're not an elect or if you're not the ones who are going to receive a prophet's reward, you're going to fail, man. All right, and this is why you need Yahweh Shem Yahushua to declare these things unto you and to be able to give you this kind of knowledge, man. And we got to be thankful for that. Y'all brothers got something?
This is Isaiah 45 verse 17. but Israel shall be saved and thou end. You know, so the Lord, you know, it says it right here in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, man. The Lord is coming back to save the lost tribes of the house of Israel, man. All right, the salvation is only for the Israelites, man. All right, you know, so Isaiah 4:1, you know, the strangers, that's clearly talking about Israelites, man. All right, because it's at first it said
14:1.
14:1. Sloppy. It says Israel shall be.
We need to recap him, actually, before he gets it.
Will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. And
we're not cleaving unto the house of Jacob. We're cleaving back unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And when you read Romans the 9th chapter, it goes into this as well, because he says, will the Lord not have mercy on whom he have mercy? Okay, he having mercy on Jacob. He says, I love Jacob, but I hated Israel, man. Okay, so that when you understand, Salakia, brother, hey, forgive me. He said he loved Jacob, but he hated Esau. All right, the water, brother. You know what I'm saying? So the Edomites are going to be the ones to be destroyed. You know what I mean? He's going to have mercy on Jacob and yet chooses Israel. So this is the people that he beloved, the people that he's going to show mercy to, man. And only 1/3 of those people. He destroyed a majority of our people, man, until the kingdom of heaven. All right, go ahead, read. No, let him get his, and then we can read verse 2.
This is Isaiah 56 and verse 6. Also the sons of the strangers that join themselves to the Lord to serve him and to love the name of the Lord, to be his servants, every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant.
He said also the sons of the stranger that join themselves. Or can you give me Romans 9 and verse 4? Read 3 and 4. Because he says the sons of the stranger, they're going to serve him and to love the name of the Lord. Malachi, the deceit, Bar, go ahead, though.
Romans 9, verse 3 and 4.
Con.
Romans 9, verse 3. It's saying to the flesh.
Right.
Who are Israelites?
Right. So we know that the Israelites are the people that's going to receive the glory of the Lord, that are brethren with Apostle Paul. Go ahead.
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
Right. Adopted, you're brought back in. Okay, go ahead.
And the covenants. And the giving of the law. And the service of Yahweh.
And the service of Yahweh. So going back to Isaiah 56 and 6, it says also the sons of the stranger that join themselves to the Lord to serve him. So the service of the Lord belongs to the Israelites based on this. Go ahead, brother.
And the promises. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came.
Right. So the Lord, the Messiah came for the glory, the promises, the adoption, and the service of Israel for the Israelites, man. Yes, man. You can't get around that. It says to serve him and to love the name of the Lord. So who's going to love the name of the Lord? The elect. The elect are, when you read Sirach 17 and 10, it says the elect shall praise his holy name, man, which are Israelites. And we read that in Revelation 7 earlier.
And that word joined in Isaiah 14:1. It says, in the Strong's, it says unite, and that word unite, it means to make it to one. You know, so, and we're not made it to one with the heathens.
Right.
You know, the Lord. It said in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, the Lord set us above the other nations.
That's right.
You know,
and when you read Zephaniah, I believe it's the third. It also means to join. You know, and we're the nation that's not desired, the Israelites. All right, but
Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi. 3 and 14, 1 and 14. What is it?
Cursed be the deceiver.
Yeah.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 14.
Yeah, I call it.
But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
So it says also the sons of the stranger that join themselves to the Lord to serve him and to love the name of the Lord. You see that? So it says that those strangers are going to love the name of the Lord, but he said his name was dreadful to the heathen. Okay?
This is Psalms 22 and verse 23. Ye that fear the Lord, praise him. All ye the seed and fear him. All ye the seed of Israel. You know, so Call on
Yahweh Shem Shai is 11:44.
You know, but only the nation of Israel can glorify the Lord and fear the Lord. You know, that's why the law, statutes, commandments was given to who? You know, only the Israelites.
That's right.
Precept to bounce off. Malachi 3:6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
That's it.
You know, so you know the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he don't change. You know, the things, these scriptures that has been written over 2,000 years ago, you know, are you know, the Lord is still, you know, the word of the Lord, you know, is not going to go out void. You know, he's a man that he shall not lie.
That's right.
You know?
That's right, bro. What verse did you have? Did you get, did I tell you the whole song?
No.
Okay, Isaiah 50, remember, Salakia. Oh yeah, he was finished on that Romans. Okay, yeah, get Isaiah 56 and 7 and 8. We gonna get those two precepts.
7 and 8.
Con.
Isaiah chapter 56 and verse. Even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer.
Actually, Salaki, can you read 6 again? You start at 6.
Con. Isaiah 56 and 6. Also the sons of thy stranger that join themselves to the Lord Yahweh, to serve him and to love the name of the Lord, to be his servants, every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and taketh hold of my covenant.
Y'all find me one heathen that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Find me that man. All right, find me that man on the face of the earth, because he says these people are going to keep the Sabbath from polluting it and take hold of my covenant. Okay, you're not going to find that person, man. You're not going to find no heathen doing that, because of that.
7. Even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar.
Right, so it says their sacrifice shall be accepted upon my altar. But if you know, when you read Revelations, the 5th chapter, and different parts of Revelations, it talks about, according to Psalms 148 and 14 and Psalms 50 and 5, that the saints are the children of Israel. Okay, go ahead, bro.
For my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people.
Right, so that all people, it isn't talking about the other nations, man. It's talking about the house of David, the children of Israel. Okay, and real talk, at the end of the day, the Lord's house is going to be called a house of prayer for all people, if you really think about it, because when he says every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, everybody going to be like, hey, yo, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, but he's talking about the Israelites. But go ahead and read the next verse.
Verse 8. The Lord yes to him, beside those that are gathered unto him.
Right, so it says, yeah, will I gather others to him besides those that are gathered unto him. It's talking about the foreigners, the strong congregation. The Lord ain't changed his mind, like the brother just read Malachi 3 and 6. The Lord ain't changing his mind. Can somebody get Outcast in Isaiah 56 and 8? That might be edifying to bring out. And this thing is, we can go back to, that's what it was, Isaiah 14 and 2. That's what it was. Yeah, go ahead and read that real quick.
Isaiah 14 and 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right. So it's a precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, man. Because why in one scripture he says we're going to make them slaves? Do you see the irony in that? If he was talking about that the other nations could cleave onto us, because if they could cleave onto us and serve the Lord, why would we make them slaves in the very next precept? That would make him a confusing God, and he's not about that. These people, the heathen, are going to be our slaves, man. All right, read that one more time for me, Art.
Isaiah 14 and 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right, we're going to possess them in our land. So the Lord said he's going to set us back in our place, and then we're going to possess these true Zawarium, all right, these true strangers, okay, as handmaids, man, as slave, as in captives. Go ahead, brother.
And they shall take them captives whose captives they were,
Yep.
and they shall rule over their oppressors.
We gonna rule over them, man. Because who we gonna take them captives? Who captives we were? We were captives of the Hamites, captives of the Edomites, captives of the Moabites, captives of the Ammonites, captives of the Ishmaelites. All right, and all the nations. The Lord says we gonna make them captives. Who captives we were, man.
Every last one of them
Shall go into captivity.
I got a precept.
Come on.
It's 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. All right, and that word recompense is it says make amends to someone for loss or harm. He's gonna recompense us by like the scriptures that he brought out. We gonna have our oppressors in chains. And that's how the Lord is going to recompense. That's how the Lord is going to recompense the nation of Israel. Starting with the elect.
And we're gonna joy in that, bro. We don't. That's how you know we in the right state of mind, man. All right. I heard something in the world that says if you're friends with everybody, then you're doing something wrong. Okay. We are the only people that stand that way, Israelites. You had I've been meaning to do a video on him, Brandon T. Jackson. All right, through, man. He's taking pictures with the Islam community. Okay. It says, can two walk together? I know I'm digressing a little, not knowing that Yahweh Shem Shah gonna judge you for that, man, because they are enemies, man. They are not following this. We can't be unequally yoked with unbelievers, man.
For the Lord.
That's right. You ain't gonna be no elect member going and taking no picture with them, talking about unity, man. That's nonsense, man.
Read verse 3.
two Muslim dudes.
Yep.
And those were his two pillars.
Right. Ooh, that's heavy. That's heavy. Yep. That's heavy, bro.
Isaiah 14 and 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
And that's comforting, man. These three scriptures alone are comforting, man. Okay? He says, and the Lord, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Shem Yahshua shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, man. Give me Micah 2 and 10. It says, shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, man. We in hard bondage right now. We living in hell, man. But the Lord say he gonna give you rest, man. All right, we forget this rest where you go into your house and you sleep for 6.5 hours up to a damn alarm clock. That ain't rest, man.
Not your rest.
Right. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, man. This ain't us to really, dig in here and say, let's build up a kingdom. Go ahead.
Because
it destroy you, even with a sword of destruction. This place is utterly polluted, man. Okay, but the Lord said he's going to give us rest, man. Okay, so all of those strangers, all of those Israelite foreigners, all of those people that believed, all those people that's taking part in the Passover, all of those people that's loving the name of the Shah, the Lord said he's going to give us rest, man. And he's gonna make those people suffer hard bondage where we were made to serve, man.
And I said, like you just said, give us rest from that hard bondage. That's not talking about these heathens, because they're the one who put us into bondage.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense to have them up there with the.
We always say this, and we say it because we understand it. But this kind of thing is really simple, so to speak. It's kind of easy to understand. But the thing is, Jeremiah, what's that, 5 and 21, or 6 and 21 or the other. But he says, he have set stumbling blocks before these people, man. So they'll read stranger and just roll with it. And that's talking about us. We in there, look, we made it, I think it was one verse that we didn't get. Numbers 23 and 8. And I think after that we can pretty much wrap it up unless another brother got something. I think that's the one we didn't get, if I'm not mistaken, that I was thinking of.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, come on.
All right, this is Numbers chapter 23 and verse 8. How shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed? All right.
Keep going.
Oh, Salakia. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations.
That's right. You see that? The people shall dwell alone and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Meaning that they can't enter into the congregation of the Most High, man. All right? This is only for Israel, man. And, hey, man, about time we got something that belonged to us, man. Shit, man. You know, like Jake, man, we've been living this whole for y'all, man. This ain't for nobody else. This is for y'all. Call all your how about Shimmy out shot, man. And the heathen can't touch. Hey, it's like MC Hammer, man. Can't touch this, man. You had something you want to say? That?
Nah, I was about to say Jake barely even growing up. He barely had their own room. They had to share rooms.
For real. I got us, but y'all brothers got any finals or y'all good?
I got one.
Kind of.
This is Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. You know, so the word of the Lord, you know, his ways are plain, man. All right, and it's a stumbling block, you know, to wicked niggas out here, man. All right, you know.
37. We'll end it. We started 36 actually. We're gonna end it because I quoted it earlier, but we gonna get it, man. Call lawyer, how about Shimon Shah?
Con, this is Matthew 22 and verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second, these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
All right. So, hey, man, love the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shah with all our heart, mind, and soul. And those strangers, all right, goes into those neighbors, man, the Israelites. Okay, no matter what they look like, but what their spirit is beholding, man. All right, you're supposed to love thy neighbor as thou love thyself, man. That's what Yahweh Shai, he saes, on these two hang all the law and all the prophets. Because when you understand those two, everyone give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Lord, lessons.